Hey y'all, welcome back to Date Car Pod. I'm Jenna, and we're back for week 4 of Grant's journey to find a wife. Or a kid that he can dunk on in some regards. This man loves to play sports against children. Yeah. And I'm like, Grant, are you not good at what you're doing? Do you need to only play against children? Because I get it, because I'm bad. So, like, yeah. If I'm playing against a child, my ego is set. So, it is what it is. But, so excited to have back lovely friends of the Bachelor Nation podcasting sphere, the ladies from Bachelor Buzz, Araina and Julia.
Hello. Hi. We're so glad to be back, Jenna. Yes. Thanks for having us.
Oh, of course. Thank you. I know. I was thinking, like, last time we chatted, it was during the Golden Bachelorette. We did like one episode together, and then I promised my listeners, I was like, I'll be back to record the finale, and I did not come back. I watched the season, but I did not come back and record a recap because I just I'm
tired. I needed a break. We were talking about how we need a break, and we were, Araina, we were talking about how we would have like all these segments between. We're like, we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Do other episodes.
Crickets. We needed a break.
Yeah. And we didn't even keep up on like our Instagram like we tried to do because but it was okay, you know what? Because we're human.
Yes.
You need to take a break from this stuff too. We need to take a break from things and just, step back, refresh.
Yeah, and try to survive everything that's been going on the last couple months. It's been a brutal fall and winter. And I'm grateful you guys are back. You guys do have a lovely little show. You guys talk about reality TV. Are you guys watching the new Love is Blind?
I'm not. No, I usually do, but I didn't yet.
I heard it's kind of boring though.
Apparently all the men look the same, act the same.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I got really into the Love is Blind Mexico, and like I'm, I'll talk about it every single episode probably. Married at First Sight Australia started again. So that is like my other big show beyond The Bachelor that I'm watching.
Interesting.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think I do need to I need to start some kind of other reality show because I think I need to diversify my watching diet and like just because my girlfriend just watched the Queer Ultimatum for the first time over this long weekend we had, and I came in towards the end and watched the last like 3 episodes with them, and it reminded me what it felt like to feel something again.
That's good.
To really nice.
That's happy for you.
I like how you so nonchalantly said that too. It reminded me it feels like to feel.
Oh my God. Real drama that was actually good, and listen, I'm actually
like real
liking
relationships.
And that's the key. And you hit it right there, Julia. Because like I like The Bachelor and Bachelorette still. I really do. I'm addicted. I'll never quit. But yeah, there's something that was so beautiful about that show with like the real relationships of it all. It was so good. And I like Grant's season, but I'm still just like. Yeah, I feel like there are other television shows out there that would bring more, but what are you gonna do? How are you guys liking this? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that's such a good point about the ultimatum. That's probably the only reality show that is truly like rooted in long-term relationships. You see long-term relationships where all these other shows, it's like trying to form something within a certain time frame. You watched it develop. And actually, you know what? I did start Love is Blind this season, but I got kind of like annoyed in the beginning. I think I was just kind of like, I don't want to hear them like pillow talk and like just talk about themselves so much. And I don't think I've ever felt that before. And I was just like, I kind of don't want to hear them just like having first dates. I kind of just need to skip ahead maybe.
Yeah.
But I may not be able to tell anyone apart at that point. I won't know who it is.
So true. Yeah. Oh my God. Araina, how are you liking this season of The Bachelor and Grant as a lead?
Yeah, I mean, I like Grant. First of all, I think he is the best looking bachelor, if not one of the best looking bachelors that I have seen in the history of this show. I did like Joey though. I had a soft spot in my heart for Joey. I was a fan of his. But I do like Grant. I do not think they promoted him enough before this season because a lot of people came in saying They don't even really know who he is. And knowing the fact that he went out in the top, what was it, 5 or 6 in Jen's season, they should have really promoted him a lot more than they did. But it's always a misstep for them, isn't it? They always screw it up somehow. And unfortunately, I feel like they screw it up with people that are historically not going to be the most popular leads or seasons. So I'm not a fan of that, but I think that this is an interesting season. I think that, I think he does find love. I think he is with someone right now. I don't know how it's going to go down, but I think he is, and that's great for him and this woman. And also, I know people have been asking about like his music being constantly featured in his singing, and yes, it has been a lot. However, I will say the producers are the one putting him out there and pushing it out there. So I feel like he's just like, hey, they want to show me, then these are my skills, and hey, if a career shows up, I'm not hating.
I love it. I'm a huge fan of Party Girl by Grant Ellis, now available on Spotify and YouTube.
Oh my God. I still haven't listened to it.
Dude, listen to it. Pause the podcast and listen to it if you haven't
listened to it. Right? Like, can we play it now?
No, it's one of my favorite songs. I've actually been listening to it like every other day. It's low-key gonna be on my Spotify Wrapped. I promise you this. I actually love it. It's giving 2010s vibe. And it's really good. And he sounds great in it when he's doing his little rap. But I know, and I agree with you, right? I was kind of like, oh, if he is with a woman at the end of this, I hope he drops another song that's more like geared towards just her. Because I think what
he needs to make it more like
exactly. And I think what maybe put people off a little bit by Party Girl by Grant Ellis, available now on Spotify and YouTube.
Right before the premiere. Is like, is that what you're looking for?
Exactly.
You wanted a white.
and it kind of almost painted, you had to wonder, you're like, is he talking about like women in general in a derogatory term a little bit? Like party girls all want the same thing. They all want to live, drink, love, turn up. Party girls want the same thing. That's the line, okay?
Not me Googling the lyrics right now.
but when you take it in context that he was writing the song for the women, like the night one is a perfect song. They all want to live, drink, love, and turn up. And then there's also this lyric about like there's not many nights like this, and like he's talking about night one, and so I'm like, if you take it in the context, like it's for the show in a sense, like it's so cute. But if it's just like a man talking about women at the club, and I'm like, like I don't know about that, but it's whatever. I'm a huge fan, and I hope he drops the single with the woman he's proposed to. That's what I'm
yeah,
for sure.
That would make sense too, because if it coordinates with the first night and how he put it out there, like you were saying, that first night, when the show was premiering, then it's kind of like maybe that was strategic, and he was like, okay, like this is my song for the beginning of the season. This is my song for the end of the season.
Yeah. And I don't know how much the girls will be able to contribute musically after that talent show episode.
Oh yeah, no, that was pretty bad. I did want to mention, I love what you said, Araina, about we didn't get to know him enough before, and I was made me think about how I thought it was such a good move that the show allowed Jen Tran to be on Call Her Daddy. And I know that like I don't think men being interviewed on the show is as common as women, but it's not. They do have men on her show, and they should have absolutely had Grant on Call Her Daddy, because that was such a beautiful move. And I knew so much about Jen going in. I like literally I knew everything about her brother, her mom, everything, her ex-boyfriend. I mean, tell me about it.
And we dissected. It was very fun.
Yeah.
And like that's something that Araina and I talked about on our first episode, where it's like there's no interviews. So there's not like any like new information out there. Like we already kind of knew about him, and then it was like nothing else to offer. But he actually just did an interview with Caitlin Bristow on the Off the Vine podcast. She hasn't released it yet, but she put out a teaser, and it looks very juicy. She asks him the hard questions, and her being a previous lead, I think she's very good at knowing what to ask.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear that, but I don't think they're going to drop it until way later, like
Yeah.
probably after the season
I don't
ends,
know.
because she did ask like, "Are you with someone?" I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
I think
don't
she
know
might
that.
drop it before the season ends because I think usually she does, like with the leads. But it's not like they keep certain things out of it.
Yeah.
Like even if she
okay.
finds out and knows
True.
who he's with, then they're not going to share that part.
Or like he'll totally just answer very ambiguously.
Yeah.
You know.
Were you guys
Keep us
around?
warm.
I know Araina probably weren't, but were you around when Caitlyn's season was happening and how she spoiled her season?
With the Snapchat.
I heard about it, but yeah, I wasn't watching.
Oh,
So
that
funny.
sucked. Oh my god, her like in bed with Sean, right?
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
like no room for error there. Like it was very
So
clear.
funny. Oh my god.
No, Caitlyn, she was such a mess, but I loved it. I loved her. I liked Sean for her. Like I was really happy how that season ended. And then now here she is. I like her new hair. She
I do too. I really like it.
She's winning the breakup currently.
Yeah. Yes.
Currently. But the tides always change with her.
Yeah.
She's
still with Zach, I think.
Yeah, she's still with
now
Zach,
she's with Zach. But
tides always change.
They really do. Every other week she says something ignorant and then people are like,
I'm sorry.
You, actually.
I know. She has no filter.
Yeah, she tries her best, y'all, but sometimes that woman will, she's, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Speaking of women with no filter, what a episode in that regard, because I mean, God, who do I even root for at this point? I'm kind of like,
I know.
I'm like staunchly almost like rooting for Carolina, because I'm like, well, she didn't really do anything wrong. She's speaking truth to power in the sense that, it's insane to get engaged after one day, that she will likely only have maybe one other one if you're gonna go that far, you get like 2.5 dates. And
your parents
so she's
need them.
Exactly. And so she's right, but she is going about it, of course, in a little negative of a way. And just, I do think like the women are right in the sense that she just continues to either intentionally or unintentionally steal time.
Yeah. And she's not good at like reading the room,
No.
It's like there's always maybe one or more people who like have that same feeling where it's like, how am I doing this? This is crazy. I don't like you dating this person or the other people. But it's like if you really want to succeed, you have to keep it to yourself in the lead. Like that's like a bonding thing. But as soon as you start talking about it in front of people, especially in a position where you've already had a one-on-one, you've already gotten roses, like no question every episode. It's like, don't talk about this right now. And it just it gets in everyone's head. But like, maybe that's a strategy. I don't know. I'm sure it's been used before as a strategy.
I think it is. I think it's unintentional. I just think she's that person. I think that she's that type of person that will share too much when they shouldn't. And like you said, can't read a room. And I don't think she is intentionally even acting like the damsel in distress as we see in the teaser for the next episode too. I just think that's how she works. That's how she operates. That's who she is. And it's annoying to the other women because, like you mentioned, here there are these women who haven't had a one-on-one, and she's sitting there going, I don't know, and I just feel like, I almost feel like I shouldn't have had that, or what was the point, and just going on, and it's just like, girl, just just less is more in this situation. However, I will say the thing with Rose, that is,
we have to talk about that.
Yeah, because I think we all have some opinions about that, because I was like,
everyone who cares definitely went back to the previous episode and rewound and watched that part, and like,
which is so funny because that's what we did last week when the Rose and Carolina thing happened. We said, okay, I guess we have to go back to the week prior and rewatch the dance date and what did Grant say to Rose, which has been dissected up and down on the internet all week, and I think everyone has their opinions on it, and I've landed on Grant wasn't great with his words / Frankenbite, because we don't actually see his face when the actual sentence is said. And then
you're good at catching those.
And then maybe she just misinterpreted it, but also I'm kind of like, I don't think you should have told her, and you only tell her if you really have the most genuine of feelings in that moment. She, like, you and Carlene are having a really like personal conversation, and she's like, I don't think he likes me, I think I should probably go home. And then maybe Rose could be like, I feel really bad saying this, but like, maybe there isn't a connection because this is how I think I interpreted this. But that's not what she did. That we know.
We
and
were
it seemed
sharing.
She just shared that. Yeah. And so
that's
the
not
fact that
fun
she
to share.
back this week, it is so.
She's just so
angry
much
about it. It's like
I
don't think she was really right to be like, you backstabbed me.
I
like,
know.
Why wouldn't she bring that up to Grant? Like, why would she keep that? Like seriously? Oh, are we best friends? Oh, I want you to be with him, Rose. No, like, I think it's pretty normal that you'd be like, hey, did you say that? That's not cool. Like,
I mean, she's acting
she
like
just
you
upset.
did me dirty. Like, I mean, it's like, Rose, you did her dirty by saying something like that to her, which was messed up to begin with.
Like, she kind of like,
she messed this whole thing up. And I don't think that she even did it either intentionally, and that maybe she just was sharing information. Now, me as a person, for me, I wouldn't even do that unintentionally. Like, I wouldn't do that to someone. I wouldn't be like,
a pretty big thing to say. So you're going to stop and think about it.
Like,
even if it was true, I wouldn't share that. It's weird. Like, we're not at summer camp. We're not best friends. No. Like, that would be hurtful to you. And you knowing doesn't do anything. Like, if it's true, then that's still true with me and him, you know? Yeah. Like, telling you doesn't help me really.
And so much so that we posited last week, and I think other people have, is that, frankly, it was maybe a move. Like, I mean, like, if it's true or not, kind of doesn't matter. But she told her because it would get in her head. And I'm like, and I can't shake that. I'm not saying Rose is like a monster. No one needs to talk to her negatively in a DM. Fucking move on, people. But like, I kind of like, in a way, I'm kind of like Slay. Like, I am not even mad that she might be tried to fuck with another woman's time by saying that, because that is a good ass move in a sense. Except for it backfired on her.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Rose, if I'm giving her not very much benefit of the doubt, it backfired on her, because of course Carolina would say that. And also, like, Carolina has the right to say that to Grant purely on the fact that if she believed Rose full stop, just I believed what she said, and then she's just supposed to pack her bags and leave. No, you say, Grant, the reason I'm leaving is because I think you don't like me. And he's gonna go, what are you talking about? Of course I like you. What made you think I don't like you? Well, I heard that. And roll back the tape, she did not tell him. He figured it out with his detective work, okay?
Yeah.
I.e. him just saying all of the women's names.
Yeah. Was it?
He had no idea.
Was it?
But who else is in this? Say Rose's name. So he figured it out.
No.
He comes back and talks shit to her. So it's like the idea that she's like, you backstabbed me, you did me dirty. And then she had the audacity to be like, I mean, sure, I said it, but like... And then she continues to go on. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay, but she still backstabbed me.
Like, what? It's like what we were talking about before we hit record, all these Trumpers. I voted for him, but I didn't think
what about
I was going to get deported, okay? Like,
I know, right? I mean...
Oh my God. Yes, exactly. That really is it. It's just like ignorance until you get found out. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like I didn't know. But I think in the end, like, what do you think about her leaving? Do you think that was to save face? Do you think she really like, I feel like it was just her saving face. She was just like, all right, I'm just gonna leave. Fine, whatever. And I want to keep talking about it.
Yes. I think she was ready to go. And his reaction to her leaving, I was like, good choice, girl, that you left, because that man was like, well, if you feel like that's something that you need to do, or how you feel, it's like,
do you need help packing your bags?
I know. Do you need to like?
Let me show you the way.
Yeah, this is right this way. It's good. Okay, have a great trip. Safe trip.
I I think it was a way to save face,
Mhm.
but I also think it's like funny in contrast of the accusations lobbed at Carolina right now is
Mhm.
that she's not here, or if she feels any kind of insecurity within the relationship, she should pack her bags and leave. And I think Rose doesn't see it with Grant. And so so good, she packed her bags and left. That's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
even mad about that per se, right? In the context of all of this. But I just find it interesting that Carolina's gonna still get dragged for just being unsure. Where if you kind of peel back the curtain, you're like, maybe Rose is unsure because she very willingly left. One like
Yeah.
bad night, she was like, you know what, I'm actually good. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you clearly didn't have that deep a connection with him, which is fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
and that's the thing,
And
that's
you know
what
he
should
was
do, is,
relieved.
like,
Yeah.
Yes.
honestly, she did a great job at like. She now has a lot of screen time for that moment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She will definitely be on a hot seat.
Yes, she
Yes.
You
will.
know? So
Yeah.
I think it's actually in a way it's better the way she did it versus just saying like, hey Grant, I actually don't have that connection with you. She made a glorious exit, and you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. And honestly, if it was all strategic, then damn, she's good at this. Like,
Yes.
because she is going to come out with a lot more interest at the end of it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Definitely on Paradise, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
We'll see her.
And damn, I mean, you have a girl named Rose. They're going to milk that for all it's worth. Like, will Rose get the rose? But yeah, actually, like, I can already see her Bachelor in Paradise, like intro montage now, like
With
having
roses.
a million roses or something on the beach.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, Rose. Who's she gonna end up with on the beach?
Man,
That's a good
I don't even
question.
remember the men.
I know. I kind of
Like-
I like to forget them because they were all pretty
Jen's
bad.
men
Yeah,
were
hopefully no one
just-
from Jen's.
Please
Yeah, they
no.
were
Sorry,
pretty
guys.
rough. I mean,
Yeah.
Hakeem was kind of good.
Oh, yeah, he
yeah.
should show up. He was quirky.
Jonathan.
Jonathan
was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Charity's men again because I like
Yeah.
to roll with them.
Gonna
And I
pull
really
them
like
back.
John B. Like, I'm such a fan of him. But no one ever talks about him anymore, and he doesn't show up in any of this stuff anymore. So,
That's true.
I'm like,
Aw.
John B. He just
Yeah,
wants
it's been a little
someone.
bit of time for them, so
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah, but yeah,
well, so
other
that's-
exits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that drama was quite intense, and I did think it was interesting. You're right that he didn't have much of a reaction to her leaving, and it was like, because I've been wondering if we're ever gonna get a moment where he like sends somebody home early, or like not during a ceremony or something like that. And that might still happen. Those are usually a
Yeah.
pretty pivotal moment in a lead's story arc.
Yeah.
And it makes all the other women go, oh, "He really means business."
Yes.
Maybe
This is serious.
there will be like, and I don't know why I just thought of this, like a 2-on-1
Mhm.
with like, you know how now Carolina and
Juliana.
Juliana have now gotten into it.
Yeah.
I mean, he would keep
I'm
Juliana,
team
let's be
Juliana.
honest. Well, he's gonna keep her. There's obviously a ton of attraction and chemistry.
Yeah.
And he does like
She
her
hasn't gotten
now,
a one.
but it's not as much. But in the teaser,
Yeah,
it looks like she gets one, and he saved the magical fairy tale one for her. That's a
Ooh,
sign.
Okay.
That's a sign. So I think so.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they do a 2-on-1 right now, I don't see who else it would be because the Zoe
Yeah.
thing has like calmed down.
I
Carolina
have to
has
say I
taken
like
that
her
place.
a lot more after this episode.
Yeah, see, she was
Zoe.
just misunderstood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Oh,
it
yeah,
really
definitely.
makes so much
Zoe was-
sense.
yeah.
What she was talking about. Yeah. So I was not team Zoe, but now I'm like, oh, all right.
I
Like,
got
you
her
know.
little PTC, her trauma moment, and it was like
Mhm.
illuminating. I think for a lot of
It
people.
was a
on
legit
Twitter.
one, yeah.
Like you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you
Yeah.
For sure.
You experience racism your entire life, and so yeah, you're in a room with again predominantly white women.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, I like that we hear this on this show from time to time when we do have Black people or people who identify as Black, and I'll say specifically for this group, because it's true. When you do grow up in an area that's predominantly white, like I did, you are the odd person out and you're not considered as pretty because conventionally speaking in the United States and the world, if you have brown, black skin, darker skin, you're not considered the most attractive and you're not dating as much, you're not being that one that's like the really pretty one, even if you are, or you are growing up to be one.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting, like, experience that is something you have to work through as you get older.
Yeah.
Because you can come from it having lower self-esteem, even though
Right.
really you shouldn't. So I'm glad she brought that up, and then him
Totally.
like understanding that more with her too. That was nice.
No, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I'm sure you've experienced lots too, like as a Black
Yeah.
man. It
Like
was like
they
a really
can
big moment.
relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you really hit it, because like when that her first drama episode happened, when I think it was Juliana or whatever, was just like, "Are you insecure?" And like Zoe like kind of teared up, and I was like, "Well, I fucking bet so." You know, like damn,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and the fact that she didn't,
Mhm.
she handled herself with as much like whatever, like
Yeah.
peace in the next episode to
grace,
now is, I
yeah.
think, says a lot about her character, and I'm
Yeah.
here for it. I think I'm a Zoe stan. Oh, yeah.
I know. I really am now too. It's like I just feel like there's just so much more that she's like had to overcome
Yeah.
than the other women. And again, we don't know everybody's story.
don't know. Yeah.
But like just hearing that, it's like, wow, like she has overcome a lot. Like she was saying, like I never had boyfriends, even like friends. It was hard for her to make, and like she has like walls up and everything, and it's like, wow, like she's really putting herself out here. So I hope that Grant appreciates it. It seems like he does, which is great. And you know, now everyone's mad at Carolina, so she's kind of out of the woods on that.
Yeah.
So
What do you?
Carolina.
Yeah, like okay, so that's the thing is she's not like perfect either, right?
Yeah.
But also, I don't think Juliana is either, and I think Juliana's coming at this in a pretty like cunty way. I say that term a lot. If Bachelor Buzz listeners are new to me, I don't say it in a derogatory way. I say it in a reclaimed way. But,
yeah.
But because I am one, so it's fine. And but yeah,
love that for you.
Thank you. You know, live your truth, and then just but yeah, I'm like, Juliana, come on.
She shouldn't.
You are just as much a part of this drama, and you are being like, I don't know, go tell Grant. I don't know, go tell Grant, like yourself, like go do whatever. Like this moment was so, I think, like quote unquote unnecessary. Did I enjoy watching it? Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
It stirred the pot more.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, if we're trying to be reasonable here, she should have handled this differently.
Honestly, yeah, it's like just keep this stuff to yourself more. But the producers don't want that. They're like, hey,
no, it's so true. She was probably coached to be like, hey, are you mad about this? Go, yeah, you should go talk to her.
Everyone's upset. You should talk to her.
Yeah. Talk to her. She's right over there.
Kind of like the voice of the house.
Yes,
all the women,
the voice
like,
of reason.
You know, look up to you.
You gotta be there for your girls. Like,
because also at the end she was like, "I'm so sorry, everyone," and like, oh, it's okay, and like it's just like again like feeding the idea that she's like the savior, the peacemaker, like oh, like I just did it for all y'all, and it's like.
I was like screaming. I was like, "Yeah, and you did do something." Whenever one of the ladies is like, "Don't worry, you didn't do anything." I'm like, she literally did. Whether it was the right thing or the wrong thing, she did do something. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
She did. Yeah, she definitely did. But yeah, I don't think she's a horrible person. I don't think any of that. I think, you know, we've talked about on our show with our predictions. I think she goes far. There's only 2 women who come, and I know we're not doing predictions yet, but since we're talking about Juliana, there are just like 2 people that I feel very sure about in that top 4, and that is Juliana and Latia. I cannot say for anyone else. I am not sure, but those 2 women, it is different when he is with them.
Yeah.
Just both of them. It's just something beyond everyone else at this point.
How about you, Jenna? Do you have any like top?
I agree with you. I think Alex could be potentially, but I don't know, maybe just more top 5. I'm kind of like maybe he sees her as more of a friend.
Yeah, she's so like silly and quirky. Not that I don't think that's like a wonderful trait, but I just don't know if that's what he's attracted to. I feel like he needs someone who's a little more like, I don't know, a little bit more like edgy, serious. I don't know.
Yeah,
we have some
like,
depth. We'll show stuff.
Yeah,
he could like he could surprise us with like Dina or something else, because he was really like liking her energy on this date, and called her like his mother. He said like, you remind me of my mom. And because
she called her his mother, I love how you said that.
Because we found out last week or something that Grant has mommy issues as well as daddy issues.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, okay, we're in for a weird ass finale, because I think that's why he like can't stand on his convictions, because he's not because he's a bad person or anything, but I think he needs a little more therapy, TBH. And he's just kind of like going like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm a good man and I want a family, which is all great, and I believe him, but it's like, I don't know if he's quite ready for it. And if he sees his mom and any of these women, we're in for a fucking roller coaster, bro.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good point. Those mommy issues. He's like, I just need more affection from
mom. Like I really love my mom, and she was very strong, but she didn't ever give me affection. I'm like, okay, interesting.
Now you're dating 30 girls, okay?
Interesting.
We're the Bachelor. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
maybe he'll be the one like that comes out of this with a polyamorous relationship.
That's right, because you talked about that.
That's like, I'm like, I'm not even like for, it's like whatever, do you? But I'm not like a person who's like, oh, I want that in my life or like ever have. But like, I just feel like it's a natural progression for The Bachelor. Like we just bound to happen eventually. It's 2025. Like,
I would love it for. I mean, I think Peter got as close as anyone could.
Yeah. Totally.
I've heard about that too.
He did really like at least like 6 women from his season, postseason. No.
Oh my god,
it was only 4, but like it was still like, I was like,
yeah, bro. He kept them in his back pocket.
But I mean, I agree, because I've always said that this is a forced polyamory show competition for people who do not practice polyamory. And, that's part of the reason why I still watch, because I'm a fucking monster and I like to see people because it works, right?
Fight over him.
Every season their lead falls in love with 2 people, and it's like, so the system worked, right? Like we did it, but then you're punished for it, and then it's like, no, we're not doing poly. We're like, I thought we were doing
poly. Pick one. Like they're cool with it. They know I'm dating the other. Yeah, like literally, I think it would be so funny. And honestly, like the way his season ends, like he can't choose. Oh
yes. That's exciting.
I forgot. You're right. No, that teaser. Yeah. You're right. That has a little layer of like sister wives action with it.
Yeah.
Jesse's like, I gotta know who to send out. Like, gotta let me know, man. Who's coming in the black car first? Who's coming in the SUV first? You gotta tell me. I gotta let production know.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know. I love them both.
But we know that they're still not ready for it.
No, they're not. They're cowards. They're fucking cowards.
2030. I don't know. Right. I don't know. Random. Sometime in the future, but not too far in the future.
Yeah.
Araina, I just got really sad.
Sorry.
My ass will be podcasting.
I know, we'll still be doing this.
Because I've been doing it since like 2017.
That's where you said that you've been doing
the longest podcast ever about The Bachelor. And I just like saying the same shit over and over again.
It'll be so successful though. We'll all be so successful at a point where it will just be like, we'll be asked on to these like morning shows and other shows, and they'll be talking to us, asking us about like our expertise, which is talking about this show and other reality shows. And, we'll be like cultural experts.
Yeah. Okay. They'll look back on this episode and they'll be like, they called it. They called it first 2030.
Yes.
That's what happened.
I'm
5 years.
We have to say these things. We have to say them. We have to speak it into existence.
Speak it.
Future
board it.
Maybe it's not that long though. Oh, no.
No, I feel like we're only like 3 years away from like an expose documentary on like Netflix about The Bachelor, and then I'm like on as like a talking head, like trying to mess my dick card on.
Amazing.
Annoying person.
So cool. No, that would be so cool. It would be like those VH1 the streaming, the old school VH1 documentaries where they
And I'll be like, I was there during 2020 when Matt James picked a racist.
Oh my god!
All of this
During
happened.
COVID.
Yeah. Like I was
God.
there, Nima Cullen.
Yeah.
I
You really were.
Well, yeah, historian I am becoming, but I think like people spend their times becoming like art history, graduates with masters, and I'm just doing this instead.
Sociology.
Yeah.
It
is sociology. Yeah.
I am a sociologist.
You are.
Yes.
I sound like it sometimes when I'm like,
it.
oh, hey, well, so did you know the show is actually like a game, and it's mirrors our society in a way that's very fascinating.
It does. It does.
Honestly,
get your PhD or get your dissertation.
Oh my god.
You're I already have like 700 hours worth of my dissertation. Go ahead.
How long do I
already
finish? Get a master's degree?
I know, right? I love that. That would be so funny.
That would actually be so cool to go. Seriously though, guys, now I'm thinking, should I be going through my PhD in sociology and the study of reality TV dating shows, specifically The Bachelor? I do not have time, but that would be something. An online school. I'm serious.
No, I've talked to a handful of people over the years. Marilyn from Marilyn Movies on Instagram. I'm not sure if she's posting much anymore. She found me because she was doing like a dissertation on The Bachelor, basically.
Oh wow, that's cool.
See, that's so cool.
She interviewed me. I think I'm in her paper. Like, I don't know.
Oh my god.
You don't have a copy of it?
I think she might have sent it to me, but I don't remember. And yeah, she interviewed a handful of people, and like both like fans and people who commentate on it. And it was like, she's so smart. And yeah, she really talked about it from like a really like, this really is a microcosm of everything. And we can like learn lessons about people's nature through a show.
Well, that's why I love reality dating shows, because I feel like we're so many people give a bad rap to like reality TV. It's trash. No, it's not. It's real. I mean, it's not 100% real, but like you do see real emotion. You do see people kiss and somewhat fall in love, and like that is real. Like I'd rather watch this than some actors who like, I mean, low-key, I'm obsessed with the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni thing.
Oh my gosh.
Obsessed.
If we could do a pod on that, please, even though it's not Bachelor.
I would be fine with that. Yeah.
I have so many thoughts on this craziness that is that.
Yeah, I don't even want to like say too much about it right now because I know we're all going to go into like this like spiral tangent. But like, compared to all that on screen, it like these people acting and all the mess they make, just make a reality TV show out of it. I would watch that. I wish they had just done that. I need more videos of the production of that. But it's like I think it's so much cooler watching like what real people do. I feel like I understand people better. You learn, and it's just interesting.
And like society too, I think it's also very reflective of what the general public may think or hope that people believe about them in society. Because also with these reality TV dating shows, you also see, I mean, you're seeing a little more diversity. And by diversity, I mean like with everyone, every type of person. But for a long time, you didn't see that. And it was also a reflection of like, what do people think of other types of people? Are these considered the desirable people that are the ones getting the dates, or people are falling in love with, or being chosen, or that we're even seeing relationships with these people? And for a long time, you didn't see that, and you didn't see it in The Bachelor. And honestly, I would say Bachelor still is lacking in that as much as they are
hard and
trying. To an extent, it's still very much a show that is focused on, heterosexual, like middle class and above, upper middle class-ish, really. People, white people, and some other people too. Obviously, we see a Grant, we see a Charity, we see a Matt James, we see we see Jen, we see Michelle, we see Tasia. Like we have seen some people, and Rachel Lindsay, who started it all with being, but even then, I mean, I feel kind of like sometimes when I watch this show, I feel like one day will there be someone like me that's chosen? Even though I'm married, I don't need like that validation.
Polly
I have a
season.
husband.
Yes,
but-
Julia, let's go. Polly's.
Woo! I know, right? Is Tom down?
No. Oh my gosh, no, we're not doing that.
You're like, babe, we're doing this new thing with Bachelor Buzz.
It's for the culture,
We're gonna do
okay?
our own
It's for the
polyamorous
culture.
thing. We're doing a sociology experiment.
I love that.
It's our new thing.
Don't you want to
We're
help
gonna do a
move society
collab.
forward,
Yeah.
or are you not? I don't know
Yeah.
if you're like. I can't tell if you're an ally or not. Like, okay, I thought I knew you, but it's fine.
Do you even love me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That'd be so
Literally.
wild. If my husband heard that, he'd be like, "What?"
No.
Julia knows him. He's like,
Yeah.
he's awesome,
Very
but
chill.
we're different.
Yeah,
We're
that's
different.
good. No, that's good. No, I agree. I think, but yeah, but sometimes like a show like this does get us the closest we can to like versus like a movie or whatever, or
Yeah.
scripted television, to people who are the closest to us.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
whether it's coached or not, or whether like the producers manipulate the scenario in which blah blah blah, we're still seeing like a natural or a real reaction. Like these are still like
Yes.
happening, so it's like we can still relate or not. And I also think, Araina, you were also so right on. Like we learn a lot about by the audience's reaction to not only
Yeah.
like attraction levels to leads or people in the show, but yeah, reactions to scenarios. Like I remember learning so much about society when the Greg and Katie season went down, because I
Mhm.
feel like I was anti-Greg and I think he was being really gaslighty and abusive in a way.
Yeah, I didn't like him.
But people were
Yeah.
like, "No,
People
he's in
loved
the
him.
right." Blah blah blah. I was just like so disappointed with like feminism. I just was like, I really hate this. But there was also like thousands of people who were like on the other side, right? And like in my DMs being like, "This was incredibly triggering. Men like this are horrible." And
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like you can learn a lot just from the reaction, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree.
Man, what are we learning from this season, guys?
Yeah, in this episode.
Yeah.
What did we?
But I feel, can I just say that I do feel like Grant, I feel like he doesn't quite know where his head's at
Yeah.
sometimes though. Because these like cocktail dates, or whatever, cocktail, what are they, hours, whatever before?
Oh, cocktail
Whatever.
ceremony or
Yeah.
cocktail reception,
Like
whatever.
before, yeah. Like, for example, with, who was it, Ella? Is that her name, Ella? Who he let go
No.
last week? The Asian.
Oh, Ella did go home last week.
Yeah, I remember like she wrote him that letter and he was like, wow, it was like such a special moment, right?
Yeah.
And he let her go.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And this week, Paris, he gives her a
Parisa.
rock. And it makes this, oh, I know you like rocks, blah, blah, and then he let her go. And I'm like, Grant, like, are you like doing these things knowing you're gonna let them go? It's just
Yeah.
weird. It's like, I mean, the letter thing that was more reactionary, but like bringing her a rock and be like, remember Spain, and it's like, I don't want this rock. I don't want it anymore. I'm gonna throw it at you.
Yeah.
It was just weird. It was like, Grant, like, did you not know you were gonna eliminate her?
I know, but then
Yeah.
you
Like,
start to
you
wonder.
gotta at least.
Producer
Yeah.
interference.
That's the thing, is I felt like that was one of those. It happens, right? And this was one of the most
Yeah.
loud examples of it, in my opinion.
They were like, keep
it upset
Carolina.
me.
Send
Keep
Parisa home.
her.
But I gave her a
Yeah.
rock. She's got to go. She's not exciting enough. We need
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
She's kooky and funny, and I think she actually is.
She was so cute.
I
I thought she was
know.
kind of like too kooky in the
liked
beginning, but
her.
like I loved her with the Rice Krispies. I thought that
I
was
liked her.
hilarious.
She was like, this week,
In
she's
her
like, I had a
cap.
bad day. I have a pimple. I burned my chest. My
Yeah.
spray tan
The
is
curling
chipping
iron.
off.
Poor girl.
I was like, girl, relatable.
And she got a rock, not a
Yeah.
rose.
And then when
That's what
she
we
left,
should title our thing today.
oh, that's right. Like, you'll have to like text me though, like
Okay.
specifically what you think is. But like, even when she left, she was like, "Did I talk too much about rocks, or did I like?" It was so sad. It was like, no, it wasn't you. Like, I find her lovely. I love that she loves cats because I love my
Yeah.
cat, and I love that
She
she
can make
was
a
just
mean
herself.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah, she's really good at PowerPoints. Like, she's really good at presentations. But she was lovely, I thought. And I also liked Natalie. That was too bad that she went home. But I
Yeah.
think that they just were very much like, you need to keep the person in here that's really gonna create this drama or help build this drama. and we need
Yeah.
that here. So sorry. Are you gonna pick her in the end? No. Well, then she needs to go.
Yeah. Did she even like rocks, or did she like crystals?
Yeah.
Well, she said I thought crystals in the beginning because we were talking
But
about
they
that,
were
but we
rocks with
didn't
like crystals
know.
inside, maybe.
Yeah.
Geodes. That's probably
And I
what it
think
was.
maybe
Okay.
it's more of the geology more than
Yeah, then
the chakras and everything. But who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like the rock literally was on the street and he just gave it to
I
her.
know.
So
It looked
even-
so
ugly
like
and gross.
I was like,
think,
that's the wrong.
if anything, I could see the joke and I can see the humor in it. He's like, I got you a
Yeah.
rock from Madrid. Like, you can take this
From me
home
to
with
you.
you.
Yeah.
And like, if I was
Bye, go
dating
home.
somebody and and we were sweet and cutesy, I actually would think that's funny. Like, I would be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we brought a rock back from Madrid, but like,
I like low key definitely bring rocks home.
oh, absolutely.
sometimes.
And when they tell you not to, too, they're like, don't disturb the ecosystem. And I'm like,
Yeah. Oops. I
My
found it in my
kids
shoe.
do.
Yeah. I know our child did it.
yeah, sorry, my kid just like grabbed one of the sticks of rocks. Sorry.
Yeah.
They
Um,
do.
They fucking
It's so
do.
funny. Kids
Literally.
love rocks.
They do. They love eating them. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I don't know I don't know the lesson we'll learn from this season yet, but I'm excited to see it play out, and I do think it'll be interesting to see what happens with the finale. And like, yeah, polyamory. Let's go.
Yep. Seriously, if they did that, I mean, I think their viewership might go up.
Yeah,
Just saying.
Yeah.
It will, but then they would have to move it to streaming. It wouldn't work on. I don't think they'll keep it on prime time on ABC.
Might have to throw it on Peacock or something.
Well,
Yeah,
Hulu,
or
because they're
Hulu.
Hulu. Yeah.
So,
They'll just throw it on Hulu, and they'll be like,
Hulu.
still Monday nights. Yeah. I know,
yeah.
right?
Our little ad behind us. Yeah.
We're promoting.
You got
it.
ABC over there.
And they're not right. I know. They're not even paying us for this, guys. We're giving them free advertising.
We should tag them more.
We should. We really should. Maybe we'll finally get to go to a after the final rose if we
Ah,
tag
oh my
them
gosh.
repeatedly.
We should apply soon.
I know.
Yeah.
Every year I say I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to one of them, and then it's always like, oh shit, I would have to plan a flight
Take work off.
and
Yeah.
I'm
or
a little.
maybe, I don't know.
Maybe
It sucks. 'Cause I wish I
yeah.
just have just disposable income sometimes, because
Yeah.
my friend Connie and I are gonna go in theory see Cowboy Carter in LA
Ooh.
on May
Ooh.
1st.
Oh my
Amazing.
gosh.
And I bet that's actually not that far off of when. No, actually, no. The finale will.
It's
like
like
a
in LA
month.
for a month.
But yeah, no, it's
It's
like when you say I could go down and then just stay in LA
Yeah.
for a month, go
For
to
a
Cowboy
month.
Carter, go to the
There you go.
filming.
Take your disability or your time off.
Yes.
Hey.
Stay in an Airbnb somewhere and just do
I
it.
need to do it so bad. Anyway,
Live your life.
I will
Yeah.
just say, listeners, if you live in the LA area and you're
Ooh.
willing to host two individuals who are Bachelor heads and Cowboy Carter heads, Beyonce stan bees, please DM me, because we are looking for
Sorry.
a couch to sleep on. So.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I
I'll
hope we
bring you
find
something
someone.
from the
That'd be cool.
concert.
Yeah,
There you
I know.
go.
And they're like, so you're going, but I
For a
don't get to go.
No, I feel like I'm crazy asking this, but I'm also like, well,
You never know. There could be
Yeah.
someone that's like, hey, yeah, totally. Just you have to cook for me or something or clean the house. I don't know.
absolutely, no,
And they're
yeah,
like, it's all I really need.
yeah, no, exactly. I'm
Literally,
down.
the
Yeah.
world would be better if we just did more bartering.
Yeah.
Just barter a little bit.
Harder.
We do.
Yeah.
I feel like in Portland, where I'm at, we do that kind of in communities, smaller
yeah.
communities.
I
I think pretty
know.
good.
I
And
love
I feel like
that.
community can really expand beyond online and things like that. I've met
Yeah.
so many people from this space in person,
Yeah.
and have
That's
traveled
to
to stay with them
Yeah.
and gone to their
Oh, wow.
weddings. I've
So we'll be
Your
going to
friends.
Oregon because that's
Yes.
where you are, right?
Yeah, please come.
So I'm
Yes.
assuming.
No, literally, and I've had
That
many
would be
people
really cool.
literally DM me
Yeah.
and be like, "Can we have
Seriously.
me a coffee?" And I get coffee with them if I can.
I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
if you
That's
need a place
cool.
to stay in Portland,
I was gonna say, so your
uh,
couch is not available
now it's available.
with my husband, my 2 kids. My 3-year-old and 6-year-old.
Oh my God.
My 3-year-old's a runner.
Your 3-year-old is wild.
He's
But
a
I love
runner,
it.
he's
I
a
was like,
trickster.
when will mine turn that way? Yes.
No,
He's just
3-year-old.
fun.
He doesn't know the world for what it is yet.
He doesn't.
I praise
He
him
does
for
not.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just full of fun.
Oh, I love it.
No, but I won't do that to you. I'm sorry. But if
No.
you do, if you ever come
please, you
my
come.
way,
Come up and have a drink with me. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not
Araina,
far.
come.
I'm a short flight
You're
to
really
Oregon.
not.
So-
I'm quite far, but you never know what'll happen.
You
Still
never
could
know.
happen. Yeah.
I mean, hey, after the final rose, maybe one
Pacific
day.
Northwest. Yeah.
I just hope they like pick us.
Yes.
Right? It's like they have to like send you a ticket
Yes,
and then
they do.
pay for
They
it
need
and
to
then you
pick
go.
us. And this is what I'm saying. Like I've said this before. For the after the final rose, instead of having the same people who do podcasts come on and be in the audience who are safe, they need to branch out and diversify their group of
Yes.
podcasters that come on. And we ladies sitting right here, we reflect diversity. So
Yes.
I think that people like us should be invited to those after the final rose like episodes. It would be wonderful.
It'd be amazing.
Yes.
I really wish they
Oh
knew
my
that
God.
the discourse that we provide, both like positive and negative, is
Yes.
actually like a beneficial thing to the ecosystem.
It is.
Like I've talked a lot of shit. Do not
is.
get me wrong, but I've also praised the show so much, and I continue.
Yes.
Yeah, like not to shoot fucking like toot my own horn, but I know there's a good amount of people who still engage with this shithole because of me and what they want to like in being a part of community, not like me specifically, but like like it's insane that they don't realize that like I criticize the show, but I'm also here for it, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ruin your show. Just give me a platform. It's fine. God damn it, send me screeners. Damn it.
Yeah.
Let me pick
Right?
them then.
Yes. And really also like it promotes the show like you're saying.
Yeah.
It helps the
Wider
show. It helps
audience.
with ratings, the audience. You probably get way more people who tune in to listen to you to learn about the show than would have ever given it a chance. And also the fact that like, I mean, why wouldn't they want people like us? Because we're also saying what they can improve on. We're not just saying you suck and that's it. We are saying we love this show. We watch this show. We are fans. We're supporting in that way. But then also, here's what you guys can start getting right. To make it better. So it can continue to be better for everyone. You're
Mic
welcome,
drop.
ABC.
I know, and I know you're listening.
Yeah,
Not anymore, maybe. I know they have before, but hey. Well, thank you so much. This was so good. I'm glad we got to catch up and go over this episode and get into all of the drama with these ladies, because it's not going to go away anytime soon. I think the next 2 weeks are going to be a little buck wild.
Yes, absolutely. It's gonna go down, and I can't wait to see who the 2-on-1 is gonna be with. They've got to do one, you know.
Oh, they have to.
The standard.
Carolina's got to be in there.
She's
got to be
She's
one of the
setting herself
people.
up for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again. Where can people check you out and get more content?
Yeah, so Bachelor Buzz, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on all the podcast platforms. Just look for Bachelor Buzz. And then, of course, if you ever want to reach out to us, bachelorbuzzpodcast@gmail.com. But yeah, we're everywhere you see Bachelor Buzz, and our little image with the two of us is like cartoon character type of.
Although mine, I feel, doesn't look like me anymore because I've now cut my hair off and I'm brunette. I am no longer long blonde hair, so I don't know. I was telling you already, I was like, you gotta like, fix it soon, but I don't. It's fine.
It's
only
still
like
us.
a small amount of our listeners are even watching the videos on YouTube. So
Yeah, they're just like, well, yeah, I just know there's two nice ladies I listen to.
Yeah, right. East Coast, West Coast mom duo over here.
Exactly. Which I really love that you guys do that and you bring that perspective. I think it's great. I think that we don't really have that in this space right now, so that's pretty great. So good on you guys.
Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah. I'm so excited. We
you.
became friends
really
through
nice.
this disaster of a show.
In these disastrous times.
Yeah, like literally
Yeah.
unprecedented
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. But we have each other and we have The Bachelor, you know.
And The
Bachelor
Bachelor
will always be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only constant for the past 20-something years.
Right. All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much again. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in another week. Make sure you rate and review if you haven't. Share with a friend or an enemy. And, make sure you're getting out there and grabbing life by the horns. Okay.
Ooh.
Bye.
Yes.